undefeated in Oxford.
Well, I know we're still in February, but there's a splash of March Madness going on in this building right now.
No question about that. Settle back and enjoy it, everybody. Bill Boborowski, Bill Atkins, Stephen Junkins on the whistles tonight. Akron wearing their home white go away to Alex Abreu, who slashes that deep three. As Abreu, who's played very, very well against Ohio in his career at Akron.
His numbers are good. That was a good offensive possession. A dedicated play to Alex Abreu to knock down that shot.
DJ Cooper leads the finest offense that we have in the MAC. They lead the MAC in 6 different categories: points per game, field goal percentage, three-point field goal percentage. As TJ Hall went strong to the rack, but did not finish as he blew by Nick Harney.
We'll see from both ends, but offensively for Ohio, a lot of movement, a lot of ball screens, a lot of handoffs, a lot of dribble penetration.
Demetrius Treadwell wants to take Hall off that jump stop, and Treadwell got that to fall, ad-libbed it, had contact, and threw it in the hoop.
It's just balance and strength, getting that one to go down.
Akron, the owners of the longest win streak in the nation, as we just showed you. 18 in a row. Off it, get in a row. Off it, get out of here. Rejected by Zeke Marshall. Harney on the burst out. Nick Harney will finish, and Akron Zips, you could not script a better road start. They've done everything in their repertoire. Abreu with the three, Treadwell with his tremendous.
They got to make sure they take care of the matchups in the paint. That's going to be the key issue as well. They have to make sure their offense is really good to help their defense.
Ricky Damrod sends out the 6'8" Demetrius Treadwell on DJ Cooper. Now Marshall on the switch off. Coming off that loss to Belmont in the bracket buster competition on Saturday night in Nashville. They had one of the poorest offensive games of the year. This is Reggie Keeley. Couldn't finish the jump hook. The basketball is off Akron's Nick Harney.
On track here, Michael.
DJ Cooper, of course, the outstanding lead guard, certainly the maestro of this offense. And I got a 5.
Is attention to detail. That goes with out-of-bounds situations. The little things make them a great defensive ball club.
They worked on that today, quite frankly, at shoot-around in terms of their own inbound under duress and playing defense against an Ohio inbound, and it paid dividends right away.
You never know. Down the stretch, you might have to have a play like that, a defensive stop that might decide this basketball game.
This Akron offense has been just so efficient, so many ways to hurt you. Treadwell will back down. Harney lost the basketball off the leg of Reggie Keeley. Shot clock will stick.
Jim Christian a little concerned right now, especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Treadwell gonna raise up, got it. Demetrius Wells' game, David, has been just absolutely proficient, efficient, and full of strength.
Well, what he does, he gives you those gaps, Michael, those 2 or 3 minute stretches when he just takes over a game at both ends of the floor.
TJ Hall wants to skate baseline. This is Reggie Keeley. And Ohio on the board as he got that jump hook over the top of 7-footer Zeke Marshall.
The Bobcats needed something good there, and they got it by a young man getting close to the basket. That's important. A little trap out front. A steal, turnover to the basket. That's important. A little trap out front. A steal, turnover.
Turned into a rip away. TJ Hall will float it home off the DJ Cooper designs defensive presence.
And you know, when we talk to both of these coaches, they talk about basketball in the open court. That's what Ohio wants to do. Keep this a wide open game, high octane, move it up and down.
Yeah, going to need it. We've got a hold there from the call of referee been starting until TJ Hall took over one of those front court spots 6 games ago. Offensive foul on Zeke Marshall.
With the foul situation, especially on the big fella in the middle.
Great to have you with us tonight in what is close to a capacity-filled convocation center, the largest building that we have in the Mid-American Conference, and the energy level is superb in here. Akron off to the terrific beginning. They went up 7-zip and now lead it by 5 at 9-4. This is Evo Bolton. Cooper thought about it, but Treadwell and Marshall have been hedging out on Cooper with that size. Now Harney.
No question. The size is a matchup problem at all costs. And there's ball kick there with a good move. Good offensive rebound by Keeley.
Nick Kellogg to unload. That wouldn't drop. Kellogg's ball to unload. That wouldn't drop. Kellogg's been in a shooting funk of late. He is now just 3 for his last 20 from home run range.
You know, we talked a little bit about the ranking that Akron has, Michael, and you wonder how they're going to come out. No question, they're acting like a top 25 basketball team right now.
Treadwell again with that power. That jump hook wouldn't go again with that power. That jump hook wouldn't drop for him. DJ Cooper. And the finest lead guards we have in the nation. And Nick Harney and Cooper come together, and that's going to be technical fouls on both DJ Cooper and Nick Harney. 1-point overtime games, Ohio winning them both.
Well, they're both going to have a lot of fighting. Tough individuals, tough coaches. They want their teams to play hard.
Out of that timeout, Harney and Cooper each got the double technicals. Brian Walsh just raked that away as Kellogg and Keeley did not connect at the offensive end. So we're 4.5 minutes in. Michael Regard, Dave Cicutti, terrific to have you with us tonight. So much on the line as Akron with their longest winning streak in the nation at 18 in a row. Got to go back to when Kent State won 21 in a row in 01-02. And now we got a Bo Borowski whistle. Marshall went to the deck.
On other times, they're going to double team down. They're going to switch it up. Not a daily diet of the same thing.
There's that high lob entry pass that Akron has liked the favor of with Zeke Marshall receiving the basketball. This is Alex Abreu that got shut off by Walter Offit. Marshall right block against Keeley and threw it away. He wanted a diving Brian Walsh. Turn a start from the floor as Nick Harney will get a respite. Akron win would take them to 19 in a row and having them just a couple behind that Kent State surge. Baltic off the spin. Cooper. Kellogg will slash hard to the cup. Nick Kellogg. Excellent decision. Straight to the rim.
Good shot fake. Got himself under control. Got it closer to the basket. That's what Nick Kellogg can add to dimension offensively for the Bobcats.
Say 6-2. Ohio run now after they trailed at 7-0. And Akron has turned it over for the
zero route to get himself an easy basket.
Ohio can tie it up, get back within one possibly. They come up with a success at the offensive end. Kellogg from deep. Had a good look at that. Keeley on the offensive glass. Big offensive board, Reggie Keeley. This is Evo Baltic. Cooper firing home that long-range three-point missile. He continues to climb the ranks of every category, point guard-wise, in the country, and I'm talking about all time.
All created by an offensive rebound at that end of the floor. A couple passes, a long-range jumper by DJ Cooper.
We're tied at 9. There's that trap pressure again on Abreu. Jake Kretzer, like Reggie McAdams, 6'7" shooter from out of the edge of the floor on the floor for the Akron Zips. Cooper in a passing lane, a 9-3.
Their energy level is really high, and that's what you're going to have to do. But it's got to be a 40-minute game for them.
True freshman Carmelo Betancourt on the floor now. Shot clock at 1, and Betancourt on the floor now. Shot clock at 1, and Betancourt could not finish. With that shot clock going off. Kellogg to the hole. Got rejected by Reggie McAdams. Kellogg to the hole. Got rejected by Reggie McAdams. The freshman denied Nick Kellogg's thrust toward the rim. Betancourt, Treadwell for the easy deuce. Demetrius Treadwell has a quick half dozen. Akron back to the lead.
Treadwell kind of stayed back. He saw the transition up the floor. Thought it might come back. That time he capitalized by being under the basket.
Cooper got ripped away by Reggie McAdams.
Got in numerous players, and that's going to be kind of the cycle we'll see here this evening.
Well, he plays 11. We haven't seen Chauncey Gilliam yet. We haven't seen DG Ubitayo either, but there are 2 more that are in the rotation.
Especially a high-energy game like this.
Yeah.
You have a tendency, conditioning-wise, goes quicker, and you got a lot of energy going into this system right now, so you got to make sure you keep people fresh.
Travis Wilkins is on the floor, 6'4" junior out of Springfield, Missouri. As Walter off. Don't you love its strength, David? 6'3", low block, powers his way to the cup.
Well, just a great athlete, a better basketball player in the last couple years for this Bobcat program.
Walter Offit had been on a big tear during the course of Ohio's win streak. We've seen Ohio go into the MAC Center at Kent State and win. Well, Akron's been sloppy at the offensive end.
With their performance, especially at the offensive end.
DJ Cooper along with Walter Offit, Travis Wilkins, Reggie Keeley, and TJ Hall's back on the floor now. There's Marshall on that hedge, stepping out again on DJ Cooper. So they want size on Cooper, don't they, David?
Absolutely. I think that's one way. Everybody's tried different things. Here's a little strategy from the Akron Zips.
On the bull by DJ Cooper. How about that? Keep that snapshot in your mind. The two MAC Player of the Year candidates, and the 5'11" Cooper took the 7-footer Marshall straight to the rack.
And he had to lift that one high off the glass.
Ohio on top by a pair. First lead of the night. Marshall with strength. He got inside Reggie Keeley to finish.
Bettencourt made that nice little pass. You throw it up to the corner of the backboard, the big fellow will go get it.
Walter Offit. TJ Hall got quickly into the front court. 9 minutes into it, all even at 13 apiece. This is what you expect. Akron at 12-0. Ohio at 11-1. They're only blemished to Akron. Reggie Keeley having problems. Shot clock at 10. This is Wilkins. Will raise up. And it's going to the free throw line on a...
Abreu is his ability to kind of demand respect from his players. He's a tough defender, a tough offensive-minded guy before. But on the other hand, his leadership role, a little softness, a little big brother type of maneuver sometimes from Alex Abreu. That means a lot when you're on a run like the Akron Zips are.
It is quite a run indeed. 18 wins in a row, the longest in Streak Nation. In just a moment, you'll hear from Ohio head coach Jimmy Christian about the Alex Abreu-DJ Cooper matchup and what kind of magnitude he has on this one. A couple of Travis Wilkins free throw makes as Ohio on top. Bettencourt is going to get to the free throw line. Carmelo Bettencourt.
Body across your defender. You're going to have an opportunity to get it closer to the basket. That time Bettencourt got it closer. You got to convert those free throws.
Zeke Marshall going to get a respite. Pat Forsythe is checked in. Forsythe, the 6'11", redshirt freshman transfer out of Brunswick here in the Buckeye State. Started his career with Bob Huggins at West Virginia. Carmelo Bettencourt, though, just missed a pair at the offensive end. Stevie Taylor is on the floor. Taylor, the very talented sophomore from here in Gahanna. Taylor, TJ Hall for the easy deuce. Well, Stevie Taylor's game is improved by leaps and bounds.
Well, Bettencourt got himself out of position. Stevie Taylor took advantage of that situation to drop the dime off for the easy score.
Ohio's largest lead here in the first 10 minutes plus. It's at 4. Akron got off to a 7-zip beginning. Bettencourt trying to run offense. Well, Walsh had to make a terrific catch to keep that alive. This is Pat Forsythe on the back down. Didn't get the jump hook to fall. Ohio doing a nice job on their straight-up defense. Hall, great look from John Smith, who'll rock the rim, and suddenly Ohio's on top by 6.
Well, that's what you want. You want to keep this crowd involved, keep the energy level high. You make easy passes like that, you rip apart a defense like the Akron Zips.
DG Ibatayo tried to crash the rim. Treadwell didn't finish. And that's going to be Demetrius Treadwell. Alex Abreu is back on the floor right now, and so is DJ Cooper. This is TJ Hall to unload that triple, and you can book. Oh, TJ Hall has been playing excellent basketball, averaging almost 10 a game, and now making his 7th straight start.
Well, you see his confidence level just rise each and every game for the Bobcats. Anytime you come down off one pass, one dribble, and take the three, you know your confidence level is high.
Ryan Walsh, a tough look fading away. Treadwell came together
for both teams. I mean, I think that when those guys are playing really, really well, they get other people great shots. They get other guys involved in the basketball game. You know, they make for Abreu, it makes their post players that much more of a presence when he's on the perimeter making shots or getting into the lane. It just gives you one other thing you have to stop. And for our team, you know, good things happen when DJ plays well.
With a steal and then got fouled by Nick Kello.
Well, that's what Abreu does best. He can really disrupt an offense just because of his savvy on the basketball court. And it's a beautiful thing because Jim Christian, as well as he knows his players, he knows other teams' players just as well.
Now Treadwell eyeing up TJ Hall. Treadwell on that repost. Didn't get it to fall. Post. Didn't get it to fall. Ricardo Johnson to TJ Hall on the defensive stop on Demetrius Treadwell. Akron is in a real funk at the offensive end after they took a 9-0 lead.
Good pass inside.
Hall off the show and go. Smith with a left hand. Could not drop. Smith with a left hand. Could not drop that home from point blank range. Could have put Ohio up double digits. You see what Akron gets. David, they were up 9-0. Now you're talking about a 22-4 run in the last 10 minutes for Ohio. What's Akron not getting done at the offensive end?
Well, it's time to settle down. Make the easy pass. Get a few more touches, get the ball from one side to the other, and then you go inside, and you got the big fella inside. Good block. Go inside, and you got the big fella inside. Good block.
John Smith just told Demetrius Treadwell, as he rebuffed him off that left block. All Ohio right now. Hall from deep. Came up flat. Johnson. That would have counted had the toughness leader and the true heart and soul of this basketball team.
No question about that, partner. And more importantly, he's the kind of guy down the stretch in games that we've seen take over games when it really counts. But more importantly than that is he relies on certain aspects of his game to make himself better. Rebounding being one of them. It really helps all the other aspects of his game when he gets on the...
Ricardo Johnson just hit a pair. You know, we told you on February the 2nd, Ohio got off to a 23-10, 13-point lead at Rhodes Arena. Akron came storming back at a 27-point turnaround and won by 14. But since the 9-0 Akron start, this has been all Ohio as they are up by 11. Harney to triple. Came up flat. Triple. Came up flat, and it's one and done at the offensive end for Akron.
And a good pass out by Marshall. Couldn't get the conversion on the three-point shot, but boy, 4 green jerseys around Zeke Marshall when he cut the ball in the paint.
Akron is now 2 of 10 from the floor after they got off to that impeccable 4-for-4 beginning to take the 9-0 lead.
Again, a little patience, and you'll see a little patience right now from the Bobcats. DJ Cooper, the ability just to break down defenses with his great ball penetration.
Shot clock at 4, and Cooper just baited Demetrius Treadwell.
Making sure something good happens out of that possession.
DJ Cooper continues on that ascent as he's too firm on his first from the line. He continues on that ascent to be the first lead guard in the history of the college game to reach point, rebound, assist, and steals plateaus that we're going to show you a little bit later on in the game. And it looks like he's got a real shot coming down the stretch to do it and become the first ever in the history of the college game.
Every time you say it that way, it kind of blows me away to think about that. And remarkable what DJ Cooper has meant to this basketball program here at Ohio.
A 26-4 Ohio run since Akron was up 9-0. Abreu with a left hand. Marshall got held.
Course of this long winning streak, and they're stuck on 13 points here, and there's only 5:44 here remaining in this half.
Abreu. This is Jake Kretzer, the freshman, and Akron need that as he'll knock out that 3.
And he's not been shooting the ball out as late very well. But boy, you're talking about a critical basket for the Zips.
That ends a drought of over 6.5 minutes without an Akron hoop and a 13-0 Ohio run. DJ Cooper, he's got it all honed in. The radar's out from long distance. Bottoms out his second long-range 3.
He was standing on the sideline, almost in the lap of Coach Keith Dambrot when he got that shot to go down.
Abreu will split the seam. This is Brian Walsh, can't triple. Marshall, this is Brian Walsh, can't triple. Marshall had a stick back but didn't convert it. The lead is 13, and Cooper is really feeling it. When he gets into these flows, well, that's when Akron's at their best. Wilkins, bang! Ohio's Bobcats are rolling as they've doubled up Akron. Early to Ohio. And they're down now by 16 as we approach 16 as we approach the 4-minute mark. DJ Cooper right now is owning Alex Abreu. Healy will rock that rim as he crushed that and got this place absolutely energized.
Off of a steal. The quick pass and the finish at the end of the floor.
Abreu. Akron is just completely out of sync at the offensive end. Marshall will throw that down in one. As
we talk about him all the time, you got to take away the easy baskets in a game of this magnitude.
Marshall avert the three-point opportunity. That's Zeke Marshall's first points of the night, and Ohio with a 15-point advantage. But again, if you're just joining us, Akron led this 9-0 as they came out by hitting their first 4 from the floor.
We'll give Ohio credit. They settled in after that 3-minute barrage by Akron, and now they got themselves on the big splurge.
Healy.
Big splurge.
Healy over the top of Marshall, drawing the groans here as that hung on the rim and didn't drop. This is a very important final 3:33 for Akron. I'd say they got to get this down, and that's going to help as Reggie McAdams will stroke that triple. And they could get it quickly, but you'd like to think that they're going to get this back to within 10 or under to give themselves a shot.
Well,
and yet for DJ Cooper, I mean, what a performance level for him, this young man. Performance level for him, this young man, in his college career here at Ohio.
Well, we talked about sometimes the full body of work that players put in during the course of the career. We talked about it in the opener. But boy, DJ Cooper, in terms of what he's done production-wise and the size and the stature of that point guard, wow.
He was not able to convert on the front end of that one in bonus, so the lead is 12. And the last 2 Akron possessions, they've looked much sharper in the offensive end. Carmelo Betancourt back on the floor. Shot clock at 5. Marshall with a jump hook, and he'll rattle it home. And just like that, Akron's got it back to 10.
But notice the adjustment offensively. A 2-guard look that put Marshall in the middle. That time he got the direct feed and the easy score.
I like it, Dave. Let's see Ohio now responds with. Came off that curl and delivered. He beat the freshman Reggie McAdams.
That's where Bobcats are really, really good. Their movement offensively is ideal in terms of trying to capitalize on curls to the basket and the easy scores.
Betancourt along with Jake Kretzer, Reggie McAdams, 3 freshmen on the floor for Keith Dambrot, along with Zeke Marshall and Demetrius Treadwell. Treadwell now against Evo Bolton. Demetrius got held and pushed.
Basketball game right now, a 12-point lead with your Keith Dambrot right now. Got a chance to cut this thing down to 10 and put yourselves in a pretty good position as you head into halftime.
Demetrius Treadwell got the first. Treadwell paces Akron tonight. Demetrius has got 7. Here comes Alex Abreu back for Carmelo Betancourt. There's been a pair of big league runs for the Ohio Bobcats. Actually, we might as well throw the game starting 9-0 run into it from Akron as well. So now that, though, that's, I'm sure Keith Dambrot not happy with Alex Abreu.
You know every possession is critical.
David, I mean, you're right. You keep Dambrot letting Alex Abreu know about it right now. And Abreu is a little bit, she hit that first big 3 to start the game, but shaky with the basketball and having problems there. If you're not in the bonus, maybe you reach in there for a steal. But, you know, when that's going to be your 10th team foul?
Yeah, you know, trying to make rhyme or reason. about kind of the efficiency offensively. It has nothing to do with this crowd and the noise and all those things. It's about making the good passes, making the right decisions right now for Akron.
Well, Demetrius Treadwell calling for the basketball. Gonna spin on TJ Hall and got it to him. David, he's just such a difficult cover down in that 6 to 10 foot range.
We're talking about size and strength. That's what Treadwell, he gives you that each and every time, and he's a competitive type of player. He knows right now they need help. He's going to be the guy that gives it to him.
Got 10 in the first half here, does Demetrius Treadwell. Who has a real good shot to be a MAC first teamer this season. This is Stevie Taylor off the hop. Taylor didn't deliver that. Taylor off the hop. Taylor didn't deliver that. Now Akron's got a chance as we hit 60 seconds left in this first half to get this under double digits.
I like how Akron played this last 6 to 7 minutes,
yeah.
Michael. They really showed me something in terms of what they need to do. That's what a good basketball team, that's what a top 25 basketball team does.
Marshall on the offensive glass. Treadwell will.
25 basketball team does.
Marshall on the offensive glass. Treadwell will get on the deck. Offit came away with it.
Here's that open court we always talk about with the Bobcats. Open court, looks to the basket.
Walter Offit. You can book that deep triple for Offit. Talked to Walter before the basketball game. He was saying hi to us and said, isn't this fun this time of year? I said, yeah, Walter, it's fun, all right. Big three from Offit. The lead is 13, and they're on their feet. It's a 12,000 strong here at the Convocation Center. Shot clock off. Alex Abreu and Akron can use it all. With 5, Abreu. A step back baseline and deliver it pure. As that'll end the first 20 minutes of basketball. Akron Zips, given that they were hit with a 29 to.
If you're Jim Christian and the Bobcats, you're feeling really good right now, but you also know you got 20 more to play.
Oh yeah, so let's go. Buckle up and enjoy this. Akron with the basketball to begin the second half. We'll take a look at the 10 on the floor. Starting lineups for both ball clubs. Zeke Marshall had a good look at that face-up jumper that didn't go. DJ Cooper, Walter Offit, Nick Kellogg, TJ Hall, and Reggie Keeley, the 5 for Jim Christian. He played at a very efficient rate in the first half. And for Akron, it's the normal starting 5 of Alex Abreu, Brian Walsh, Nick Harney, Demetrius Treadwell, and Zeke Marshall. And that is TJ Hall, who's off the mark. On that good look from 3.
Well, good offensive possession. Just like the first half, the Bobcats, their spacing offensively is terrific. A good screen in from Keeley, a good look at the basket, a good offensive possession, even though they didn't score.
Treadwell wants to take TJ Hall, and Demetrius Treadwell going glass. He's got a dozen. He leads everybody on the point parade here tonight.
Well, if you're Coach Keith Dambrot, you're thinking about it for 10 or 15 minutes. What do we need to do offensively? That's your answer right there. Treadwell in the post, get it to him, let him score.
And we notice Jim Christian has decided not to go double and trap him on his catches inside as of yet. Keeley will finish the left hand as he went to work on Nick Harney.
Well, no question about that. Back to your point, Michael, I think the strategy is to double down, of course, on Zeke Marshall, but the change may come. Treadwell kind of putting himself in a position in the post. You might have to show us a little help with him, too.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. We'll see, because, they're giving Marshall the opportunities. Harney around the bucket, it would have counted had it gone.
Defensive end of the floor. But on the other hand, the Zips are trying to find a way to get a little more activity on the inside in that green paint area.
Harney will connect on his first. All right, Cleveland Indians baseball Tribe fans rolling in Goodyear, Arizona. Hope you're checking it out here on Sports Time Ohio. Tribe season tickets give you access to the best seats at the lowest prices at Progressive Field. If you buy now, you're guaranteed a ticket to opening day. Log on to Indians.com for info. A couple of free throw makes for Nick Harney. So Akron, if you recall now, in that first half, Ohio's biggest lead was 18, and Akron was teetering right in the brink. But David, they cut that in half as Cooper will step back. And misfire on that triple try.
Well, if you're the Akron Zips right now, You got to think about input versus outcome. Don't worry about the outcome of this game. Play every possession like you mean it. And I think that's going to be a key for the Zips.
Oh, did he not?
Well, that's what strength does for you defensively. You find a way. You can't let people just come and take over position on the floor. How about that right there?
Ball went up high to a flying.
So you find other guys are going to handle the ball in the open court.
Oh, Jim Christian. Absolutely so much success. Tremendous 6-year run with the Kent State Golden Flashes. Went to 3 NCAA tournaments, as we know. And of course, as we were talking about, is Reggie Keeley will connect twice from the line. The Ohio lead to 11 again. Christian knows all about getting in the top 25 with Kent State. He was telling us today, big smile on his face. He said, you know what, we get in the top 25, we worked so hard, turned around and immediately lose at Bowling Green. Never saw the light of day and ranked again.
Unfortunately, that's the way it happens sometimes at the mid-level major situation. But we talk about inside right there, Michael, Zeke Marshall. Watch for that. Watch for Dimitri. You got to watch those two guys on the inside because that's where the Zips are going.
TJ Hall is going to hoist and came up flat. Kellogg, big offensive bound. DJ Cooper on that triple reset. DJ Cooper on that triple resend that went front rim. Now Abreu wants to push. Abreu going to go right to the cup. Didn't finish it, but got it back. Akron down by 9. Make it 7 as Zeke Marshall will touch that up and get it to go. This is why we're looking at an 18-game win streak for this basketball team. Keeley got denied. Basketball team. Keeley got denied by Marshall. Going to lead to a Harney run out. Harney to rock the rim. All of a sudden, it's down to 5, and Jim Christian wants an Ohio timeout for their second MAC championship in 3 years. Zeke Marshall with another 3 years. Zeke Marshall with another shot rejection on the streaky TJ Hall. That's 2 in a row for the shot block leader in all time in Mid-American Conference history.
And what about the save?
Switzer, the triple, and he'll bury it, and Akron is down just a deuce.
Great save by Brian Walsh at that other end of the floor, off the block by Marshall, and then coming back at the other end.
DJ Cooper, can he restore order? So again, David, Akron coming out with a vengeance to start the second half. They have outscored Ohio 13-4. Keeley under the rack and lost the back.
I think it's just important to see what happens that first year and see the increase in production and efficiency from Zeke Marshall. But let me make one point here real clear right now. I know Keith Dambrot well enough. He's going to play this game in 4-minute segments. He won that first 4-minute segment. He's on the second one right now. We'll find out what happens.
Jake Kresser, the freshman, will splash that deep triple, and Akron has come from 11 down, and they've done it in 4 minutes and 30 seconds to take a 1-point lead.
Well, that's what you do. You find out who's going to be courageous out there, who wants to play. Right now, the Akron Zips a little more competitive right now than the Bobcats.
And Akron follows with the longest Akron win streak in the nation. Harney just stripped that inbound pass away, and Walsh Akron win streak in the nation. Harney just stripped that inbound pass away, and Walsh has got it. David, they're trying to win their 19th in a row tonight. Abreu got inside. Abreu got inside and got stripped away by DJ Cooper.
You don't have to do that if you're Alex Abreu. You're on a roll, and then you're going to give up something. Good rebound, on a roll, and then you're going to give up something. Good rebound, push out by the Zips.
Offit didn't finish. Harney will attack the goal and flow home off the Abreu pass, and Offit didn't finish, who is a tremendous finisher because of Zeke Marshall's presence.
Here we go at the offensive end. Best thing Ohio can do right now, have some patience, get the shot that you really need to get in a situation right now where the game is really tightened up.
An 18-4 absolute blast-off in the first 5.5 minutes of the second half from Akron. This is Evo Bolton. Keeley will challenge Marshall. Marshall rejected it and got a challenge. Marshall rejected it and got a piece. Abreu on the sprint to the cup. Didn't drop. And we've got a push to David. in the first 6 minutes. This is an 18-4 Ohio Akron run to start the second half on 7-10 from the floor. Abreu with strength. Demetrius Treadwell got stripped and got it back. And he'll go to the free throw line.
Than anybody in this basketball game, trying to find his way and trying to help this Zip team. You got to make the free throws, but boy, the performance that he's had here this evening, that's what you want from that young man right there.
TJ Hall will check back in as Ivo Baltic and Reggie Keeley are going to rest, but John Smith also back. Don't you love the energy in this convocation center? One of the tremendous venues that we have, not just in the Mid-American Conference, but for college basketball in the land. Spectacular here. Cooper with a float. Didn't fall. Harney, a float. Didn't fall. Harney with a board for Akron. Reggie McAdams on the floor now. McAdams along with D.G. Ibatayo, Alex Abreu, Nick Harney and Demetrius Treadwell. Zeke Marshall with a rest right now.
And I like where the Zips are at right now. Throttle back, find out what got you the lead, and go right back to it in Treadwell.
Harney on the back down, so foul on Akron. 6.5 minutes into the second half. Great to have you with us tonight in this electrifying atmosphere. Michael Regai, Dave Sakuti, our producer Mike Atkinson, director Mike Simons, Dan Larson, our technical director, all of our terrific crew. Bringing you the best of the Mid-American Conference. D.G. Ibatayo cannot triple. Ibatayo cannot triple. McAdams had a stick back that wouldn't fall. Cooper in a hurry. This is Walter Offer. Had a good look at three that didn't fall. About a 29-4 run they went on, doing exactly what you said. Pressure on the basketball, and let's get out and run and get easy buckets.
Well, that's what you have to do. And again, another turnover from Ohio and a foul.
Yeah, reach-in foul.
Wow.
And again, it's worth noting, and I don't think we have, and shame on me, but I'll do it right now. In Akron's last 2 trips to the Convocation Center, they've lost by 24 and 25 points, as Reggie McAdams cannot triple. Last 2 trips down here, David, Ohio's won by 24 and 25 against 2 of Keith Ambrot's excellent basketball teams the last 2 years.
And don't be mistaken, you don't think that thought went through a few heads there on that side. But the Bobcats come back with a strong finish.
They needed that. John Smith did finish off glass. No Zeke Marshall in there. He's resting on the bench. Nice look, though, for D.J. Cooper.
Absolutely, and you take advantage. When Zeke Marshall takes the rest, you find a way to go back inside if you're Ohio.
Treadwell with power. That's an offensive foul.
Call to make. Again, hard call to make in a game like this.
Cooper in a hurry going glass. D.J. Cooper has tied this at 49 apiece. Crowd back up into it in this beautiful basketball theater. Mid-American Conference style. Action going on this Wednesday night. The triple is right there as Alex Abreu has dialed Akron long distance.
Well, that showed me a little something from that young man right there, stepping up to get it to go.
Abreu wanted contact from D.G. Ibatayo. He did not get a whistle.
But I like that no call. You play on.
Blocking foul is going to go on Walter Offutt
in the semifinals and not have to play either that Wednesday or Thursday night.
No, that's enormous. Absolutely enormous. All right, Zeke Marshall is back for the Akron Zips. Marshall had just a tremendous beginning to the second half where he blocked 3 shots and knocked down a couple of field goal notes. This is Jake Kretzer, and Kretzer will sweet stroke another triple, his 3rd of this second half.
A no dribble, a catch and shoot. Wow.
Kretzer really on fire. The lead is back up to 6 again. It's been all Akron to start the second half, as it was all Ohio for a 12-minute stretch of the first. D.J. Cooper couldn't finish. Neither did John Smith. Cooper for 3. Bang!
What a great look from the top of the key to D.J. Cooper, the senior.
D.J. Cooper's not going to go away, is he? Jake Kretzer is a perfect 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. 3 of them in the second half for Keith Dembrot.
Where you find out who wants to play in big impact games.
David is a true freshman. These are just kids, though. He's been riding with Kretzer and McAdams on the floor here. That's DJ Cooper on a reach-in foul as he and Alex are 6'7". He's hitting 42% from 3 in his last 5, and that's going to go up. In this environment, here's an 18-year-old on the road with his team having won 18 in a row is a perfect 4 for 4 from deep. Treadwell on a huge offensive board. Abreu with a send-back trip goes.
Forget about the free throw. Abreu says, give me the ball outside the circle. I'm better out here.
This is Travis Wilkins to raise up and knock down that foul line. Shea. Up and down we go. How good is this?
This is special. Again, I think the tempo right now that the Akron Zips have plays right into their strengths offensively in their half-court offense.
The ozone really into it. Look at Akron from deep in this half. Treadwell with that foul line, Jay, and book it. Oh, what a night Demetrius Treadwell has got. He's got 15 on 6 of 11 from the floor. He's doubled in 6 games during this Akron 18-game win streak.
But Alex Abreu, that offensive possession partner, is a drive by Cooper.
Treadwell
is a drive by Cooper.
Treadwell kept it alive off the. That was a difficult take from DJ Cooper. Abreu got held and now got called for a travel as he came back.
Balls either with you or against you. You got to go on. Next play. Zips.
Akron is 8 of 12 from home run range tonight. Perfect are Jake Kretzer and Alex Abreu. They're 7 for 7 between them. Abreu's going to get a blow now. Carmelo Betancourt on the floor. So is Stevie Taylor. This is Ricardo Johnson. Wilkins to unload. Got it! And you can count that. Everybody around college basketball saying, why are the games in the 50s and sometimes in the low 50s and upper 40s? And I'll tell you what, we're just inside the 9-minute mark. Not tonight. As Akron and Ohio are showing you what they're both all about on the offensive end.
Well, you got 2 of your big horses playing here this evening. They're going to find a way to push that numbers up in that production category.
Treadwell wants it against TJ Hall. Treadwell and then back down. Betancourt to the floater, it didn't drop. Marshall is going to the free throw line. Right at Pennsylvania, the 7-footer. This been so tremendous as his Akron career has unfolded. He'll look now to split the pair. All right, on the NBA side, make sure you check out the Cavaliers Friday night on Fox Sports Ohio. Cavaliers, take a look at C.J. Paul and that group from the Clippers. Join Campy Russell, Allie Clifton, Jeff Phelps for Cavaliers with 7 o'clock. And then time to tip it off, Fred McLeod, Austin Carr, 7:30 on Fox Sports Ohio. Marshall split the pair. The lead is 4.
When the game gets down the stretch, you find out what your defense is all about. Both ways.
Taylor gave it up. Offit had to bail him out. Marshall flew out at Stevie Taylor. Offit, tough jumper. Keeley will bang in the glass. Jumper. Keeley will bang in the glass. Well, Treadwell and Keeley, they met a lot in high school around the Cleveland area. So Reggie Keeley and Demetrius Treadwell. Offit went for the steal, and I love the marching 110 coming down here to southeastern Ohio University. They provide the energy that's unparalleled around the college game. Kick basketball. Michael Reggie, Dave Sakuti here in the state of Ohio by Zeke. Akron's trying to win their 19th in a row, and boys and girls, they went down by 18 points in the first half as Zeke Marshall will crush. Terrific look from the freshman Carmelo Betancourt.
Playing in a big game, a freshman making that delivery.
Marshall on the night, continuing his assault at both ends. Zeke's got 14. Demetrius Treadwell leads Akron with 15. Often got held. Zeke Marshall 6 of 7 from the floor. Remember how Akron balanced it out the first win against Ohio? Alex Abreu had 21. Demetrius Treadwell had 17. Zeke Marshall had 15. There's a team foul score.
But if you're Ohio right now offensively, you got to find a way Maybe that's the answer.
And D.J. Cooper with it knocked down. Marshall tried to get there. Cooper said, I got you, big fella, by dropping the three. Back to a one-possession, three-point game. I'll say it again. How good is this? And you can't get involved and get into this. There's no college basketball passion running through your veins.
A good 3-out, 2-in set for the Zips right here. The freshman.
Betancourt cast off the three, and Zeke
To go for that stretch run, but that's 4 on the big fella who's going to take a breather. We'll see how OU counters here.
All right, so let me correct myself. He said 3. That is number 4. Cooper from deep. G.J. Cooper ripping the rope. Wow, Cooper, nothing but nylon to tie this at 63 with back-to-back triples.
So one-man offense the last 2 possessions for Ohio. D.J. Cooper.
He's got 21 as he's authored 5 trays. Betancourt in trouble. He got swallowed up. Treadwell got denied by Keeley. Swallowed up. Treadwell got denied by Keeley. Ohio could take the lead. Think Cooper may not pull from right there. DJ with a step. A stick back and go from John Smith, and then a step. A stick back and go from John Smith, and then he lost the basketball. Let's see. DJ Cooper's hit back-to-back threes. Marshall challenged the first one, then picked up his 4th personal foul. Kretzer will keep it alive. Betancourt, nowhere to go, and threw it away. Nowhere to go, and threw it away. Back-to-back bad decisions by Carmelo Betancourt. True freshman. Wilkins for the lead. Nope. For the lead. Nope. Crowd was ready to explode.
Keith Dambrot would love to see a little more pace right now, but he's going to go with a set offense here. A freshman at the point guard for the Zips.
Those last 2 decisions were not what Dambrot wanted. Alex Abreu was waiting at the scorer's table ready to screen. Kretzer continues to absolutely scald away. He's delivered his 5th consecutive 3, 4 of them in the second half. The shooter, Jake Kretzer, out of Waverly, Ohio.
Didn't look like a 24% shooter to me. Almost a turnover. Look who's on the floor. Number 15 for the Zips.
Jake Kretzer, 5 for 5 from deep, and Jimmy Christian, he's an 18-year-old true freshman, was playing high school basketball in the Ohio High School Tournament at this time, beginning it last year. He has had to step up his game, has he not? Playing for a team that's won 18 in a row and ranked number 24 in the nation. Cooper, shot clock at 1. DJ to the hole, no. The stick goes from Walter off it. So strong around the cup for Ohio.
There's your 2 seniors. Guys that have played many, many minutes in this green uniform.
The Akron lead down to 1. Akron trailed by 18 in the first half, by 11 at the half. They stormed back with a huge beginning to the second half. This is Nick Harney. Low block. Harney went glass, no. Demetrius Treadwell, no. Walsh is going to the free throw line. Hey, we're ranked in the top 25, so he knows what this is all about. As Brian Walsh connects on his first to bump the Akron lead to a deuce.
Well, both of these coaches have been in tough environments, tough situations. You know, you got a game that's going to go down to the wire. You just try to find a way to have some belief and some trust in the guys on the court.
Zeke Marshall is back on the floor, so mark it down. 3.5 minutes left. He's playing with 4 personal fouls. He has blocked 4 shots tonight. The Akron pressure, they took it out of the Tears. Louisiana Tech, of course, on the Western Athletic Conference. Won 16 in a row. DJ Cooper, the offensive end. A 3-point, 1-possession Akron lead as we're approaching the 3-minute mark. Kretzer stole it away, and Abreu got fouled. No, he walked.
And about the energy and the toughness right now that the Zips are showing at the defensive end. Walter off it.
He's tripping, and we're even at 68 apiece. Cooper with back-to-back trays, off at tripling. And this crowd here again trying to get behind their ball club on the defensive end. Huge tray from Walter Offit. Well, Offit checking Jake Kretzer now. Marshall. Bad pass. Wanted to Marshall. Bad pass. Wanted to find Treadwell. Turnover Akron.
A lot of traffic in the paint there.
Can Ohio reclaim the lead on this trip? Let's find out. This is T.J. Hall. Keeley off it for three. Marshall aboard and he got fouled.
It's close. Free throws usually make the outcome of this game one way or the other.
Yeah, it's been a problem for both ball clubs. Marshall calmly connects on his first. Zeke Marshall on the night, he's got 15. He's 6 of 7 from the floor. He's blocked 4 shots. He'll hit a pair with Zeke Marshall.
And a little pressure from Akron.
And that was 5, by the way, on T.J. Hall. So he's gone with 7 points tonight. Hall continuing his solid play in his 7th straight start. We're going to approach the 2-minute mark now with Akron up a deuce. Cooper for 3 in the lead. Backheeled it. Offit kept it alive and lost the basketball out of bounds. It'll go Akron's way.
At the high rate of speed, offensively, you throttle back, make the better decision.
With a minute 56 left, Keith Damrod just got the attention of referees. Hiding the Rapids with his true freshman, Jake Kretzer. All he's done is go 5 for 5 from home run range tonight. 4 of them in the second half. I guess we leave them on the floor, too.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
It's a big possession for both of these basketball teams. Alex Abreu
went to the hole, and Keeley went to the hole, and Keeley just took it right out of his hands. Cooper on the push. Ohio can tie with a deuce, take the lead with a triple. Keeley against Treadwell. Reggie Keeley, jump hook. Nope. Off an offensive bound. Minute 20 left. Cooper for 3 in the lead, came up short. For 3 in the lead, came up short. And Brian Walsh aboard for Akron. Hang on, everybody. Abreu, Treadwell to the cup. He's going to the free throw line.
You come back down the other end. A good call by Bill Akron, one of the officials on this game. Treadwell at the free throw line.
Demetrius first is pure. The other night against North Dakota State in Bracket Busters, he double-doubled again. Like he went 3 of 11 from the free throw line. Really was scuffling. Not tonight. He has bounced back 4 or 5 from the stripe. Treadwell got his second. He's 5 of 6 from the line. 2-possession Akron lead.
And plenty of time. You might want to speed it up a little bit offensively. The first good look you get, you might have to go for it.
Certainly don't need the 3. 55 seconds left. 4-point game. Off on the slash. Keeley will challenge Marshall. There to go. And one. That's new season. Keeley with a 10.5 rebound night. Marshall with 16. Keeley trying to bring Ohio to within 1. Can't do it. It rattled. Can't do it. It rattled out. There's an 11-second difference, game clock over shot clock.
If you're Jim Christian, you probably want to play this possession out. Your defense has been pretty good the last 4 or 5 possessions. You got to play it tough. You got to be strong defensively, and you need a big stop.
And Keith Damrod's going to call an Akron timeout. So he's lost Zeke.
Helping the Bobcats in the position that they want to be in here at the end of the game.
Hang on, everybody. Alex Abreu being trapped and in trouble. Kretzer's going to attack the cup. Harney. It's going Ohio's way with 12 seconds left.
A lot of activity around the basket. Ends up in the hands of DJ Cooper.
Cooper being checked by Nick Harney. Treadwell will pop out. 5 left. Cooper gave it up. Off it for 3. No! The stick back goes from John Smith with 7/10 left. Abreu through glass. We're going overtime at the Convo.
All right there.
All right, let's start overtime. Nick Harney lost the basketball. Who's it off? Trying to deny. In overtime, Akron 1-2 on the year. They lost in overtime at Oklahoma State, who's ranked 15th in the land. Oh, by the way, they played without Demetrius Treadwell and Nick Harney.
Big difference. Those two players, impact players that you need on the floor against anybody you're playing.
Abreu, Walsh, Treadwell, Harney, and Kretzer. Demetrius Treadwell off the spin. He traveled. He lost his footing. Smith, moments ago, with 7/10 left, with a stick back that kept Ohio alive, trying to tie up Akron if they can win here tonight atop the MAC East and still be in place for the #1 seed. Kellogg.
Keep in mind, conditioning. Ohio coming off one less day of preparation. They played the Saturday night game. Akron played the Friday night game. Will it be a factor?
Keeley unloaded.
For freedom on the first one.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Akron goes on to win this basketball game, there's going to be a loud eruption in Waverly, Ohio for this 18-year-old true freshman who has been sensational tonight. Jake Kretzer, he's hit 5 of 5 from three-point line. He's hit those 2 throws. He's got 17 to put Akron on top.
But you still got to come down and you got to play defense. That's what Akron is known for. The gritty type of stingy defense they played all year long.
Now Cooper being checked by Kretzer. DJ off the step back. Came up flat. Off the hand of Harney. Came up flat. Off the hand of Harney, but he ran it down. Akron so far on 2 Ohio possessions, pitching a shutout and has got the early overtime lead.
And now offensively, you find a way to get a quality shot. That's got to be the key right now if you're Keith Dambrot in this Akron basketball team. Nothing but good shots. If you got to take it down to the shot clock numbers, go ahead and do it, but get a good shot.
Abreu will put his head down and go to the rack. Shot clock at 7, a lot of time. Abreu will hoist. The stick back will go. The follow is there from Brian Walsh. The Akron lead is 4.
Brian Walsh, right place, right time. Gives the Ohio a tough little offensive sequence here. You got to find a way to score. You can't let Akron come up with the basketball.
Walter off, it'll go to the free throw line on the
team close in this basketball game.
David, I love Walter Offit's offensive game around the blocks. He's 6'3", started his career at Ohio State, right? But this guy in the tournament last year, NCAA tournament, he's going to the MAC tournament. NCAA tournament, wins over Michigan, South Florida, absolutely off the Florida, absolutely off the chain. Was that good? He splits the pair there. It's a 1-possession, 3-point Akron lead. Great to have you with us in overtime on Sports Time Ohio. Michael Regan, Dave Security, all of our MAC crew. Akron trying to win their 19th in a row. Harney's going to the rack. Fumbled it, lost it. Laying on the baseline was Walter.
You got 13 on this shot clock. And again, getting the ball inbounds is not always the easiest thing. Alex Abreu with the ball in his hands.
When they want Treadwell, Abreu will lower the shoulder. Walsh, the triple. Treadwell all over the glass. Looking for 20 at the line. Another absolutely sensational effort from Demetrius Treadwell. He is 6 of 7 from the stripe. He shoots 54% from the line. Not tonight. Jim Christian needs a timeout. Akron
follow through here in a very tough situation.
Well, this ozone, this outstanding student section here at Ohio University trying to get DJ Cooper and Walter off and Reggie Keeley and friends back riled up. They're not done yet. 2-possession game. Keeley to the cup. Treadwell got a piece. Treadwell got a piece. Demetrius Treadwell denied it. Harney will run out, and he's going to the free throw line.
So that was a consistent call. I know Jim Christian is upset about the no call at that end of the floor, but these officials have done a wonderful job, and especially early on, because we had the little altercation early on.
Off the Harney first miss. Let's go back and look.
Again, just talking about 2 players, white jerseys, contesting shots.
Nick Harney tried to split the pair. make it a 3-possession lead. They'll do that. Harning 1 for 2 from the line. 2 minutes left, 3-possession game. Jim Christian still barking a little bit at Bo Borowski. Cooper will turn that corner. DJ to the cup. Cooper got it dropped. DJ Cooper with 23 on the night. Don't go anywhere now. 5-point game.
And again, defensively for Akron, Brian Walsh didn't get over to help on that drive from DJ Cooper. Is he a little tired? All these teams, all these players are tired.
Walsh will miss the 3. Treadwell kept it alive. Another offensive board. Akron with a fresh 35 as we hit 80 seconds left in overtime right now. Abreu is going to the line. Here from Beaumont, Puerto Rico, Alex Abreu, the senior from Chicago, DJ Cooper. Sure, that's what competition is certainly at its premium level at in the Mid-American Conference. Well, those two, they love going after each other. Abreu believes he's better than Cooper and vice versa.
No question. And DJ Cooper absolutely has nothing to prove in terms of what he's done as an individual during his career, except he wants to win a championship.
Kellogg just lost. He is 7.
And Alex Abreu defensively there. A tough scenario there. Alex Abreu's a tough defender. You cannot just scrape.
Abreu tonight. He and DJ Cooper continue to battle. He's got 13 along with 8 assists. Give him 14 now. Abreu, as we mentioned the rook, the freshman, Jake Kretzer, 5 of 5 from 3. Abreu's hit 3 threes as well.
Well, we talked about the young man, and he hasn't had probably the best game of his career here this evening, but boy, he keeps this team together.
Cooper got fouled beyond the arc. He's going to shoot it 3 times. Boy, keep
play, Coach Dan Brown.
DJ Cooper with this illustrious career that's starting to wind down, and this is senior season. But how about as a freshman, leads his team to a MAC tournament championship win over Akron as he hits his first 2. Then in a big win over 15th ranked Georgetown, he's superb. Last year, the MAC tournament championship win over Akron, goes and beats Michigan, 14th ranked, and then South Florida, and taking his team to the Sweet 16.
Well, the Chicago native, as I just mentioned, it's all about winning championships right now for that young man. It may not come during the regular season now in this conference, but they will have something to say about it in about 2 weeks up in Cleveland, Ohio.
David, and again, with all due respect, I mean, unless Ohio were to really collapse down the stretch, regardless of what happens tonight, it's looking like that you're looking at the top 2 seeds in the MAC tournament. That starts on the 13th of March at Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland. And do not be surprised, I'll say it, do not be surprised if we have a 3rd meeting between Akron and Ohio on the night of March 16th for a MAC championship.
No question.
DJ Cooper, push that 3. DJ Cooper, push that 3, and this may just about do it. Kretzer, all triples tonight until he'll rise high and flush that down to pretty much seal this for the Akron Zips, up 9 with 45 seconds to go. And the reach-it foul.
To go and do what they've done with this winning streak, and to come into this building knowing how tough environment it was, and to be able to step up when it really counted. It's pretty spectacular when you draw it up.
Walter Offit now with 14, looking for 15. Offit 2 or 3 from the stripe. He's also got 9 boards. He's played a tremendous all-around game tonight. Offit's got 15. Jim Christian's ball club down 3 possessions, 87-80 here in overtime to the MAC East leading Akron Zips. Threw the basketball away.
You've seen enough basketball. You find a way to finish a team off without any decisions at the other end of the floor.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And John Smith has misfired on his first. That was a 10th team foul, by the way, on Akron. Smith trying to bring the Ohio Bobcats to within 6. He will do that. Timeout, Jim Christian. So it's back to a 2-possession game.
They can really do some damage in a 1 or 2, 3 type of game scenario.
And Bowling Green also with a win tonight as well. As you see, they're 6 and 7. DJ Cooper just grabbed the jersey of Demetrius Treadwell. Ohio
shot him well this evening. But again, these are the important ones late in the game, knowing that if you make these, things are going to go your way.
Demetrius Treadwell, as I said, he went 3 for 11 from the line the other night against North Dakota State. Look at him tonight. 21 points, career high for Treadwell. He's 7 of 8 from the line. Make him 7 of 9 from the line. Make him 7 of 9 now, but that was big hitting one. This is a 3-possession game again.
You just got to defend one shot now.
Stevie Taylor now. Stevie Taylor can't finish. Treadwell grabs his 8th rebound of the night. And is Ohio gonna call it a day? Evidently they are. The Akron Zips, now with their 19th consecutive win, the longest in the nation. They come in here, get down by 18 points in the first half, rally with a strong second half, and beat the Ohio Bobcats in overtime, 88-81. Book win.